What's going on, everybody? I'm fired up. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous about what I'm gonna be speaking to you guys today. However, I thought it was important to share it just because of what I've gone through in the last 21 days. I think it's very powerful. And for those of you who might have considered doing it or never considered doing it at all, it might be something you might like to hear. And I'm gonna try to keep this as brief as possible while also being as informative and as I guess informative and positive and productive as I can to give you guys some type of value from what I've achieved in these last 21 days. So some of you knew and some of you might have not known that I went through a 21-day fast that just finished yesterday. This was the first time I have ever done anything like this. I had considered doing fasts before, however, nothing past maybe like 3 days. In my mind, I thought that I couldn't do something like this. I believed that I just wasn't capable. One, because I love food, and two, because I guess I didn't know what I was fasting, what I was gonna fast, why I was fasting. I really didn't find, I didn't have a reason. However, whenever 2017 came in, and the Rock Church, which is the church I go to, spoke about doing a 21-day fast, something in my heart drove me to be a part of it. I began my fast not knowing why I was fasting. I was just, I just had a firm belief that this is just something I needed to do. I also posted, I took a picture of my body and the way I was feeling the day before the fast. And then I took a picture at the morning of, which was today. I took a picture this morning after completing the fast last night, and I did a compilation of both of those, and that's what I posted today to announce my this live chat right here that we're about to have. And the difference that I received during those was I did this in 3 levels. It was very physical because it was very challenging to go about that nutrition plan or to go about fasting. For some of you guys that know, I did a Daniel fast, which is not as intense as a whole fast where you're just living off of like water and like blended fruits, but it was a big difference compared to what I was doing. It was to a certain extent, the best way to describe it, it was like going vegan plus a little more. So what did I fast, guys? Shannon, hi, thank you for asking. I fasted all meats. I fasted chicken, fish, red meats. I fasted greasy stuff. I fasted, milk, dairy. I was pretty much just having fruits, veggies, nuts, legumes, and the only thing I was drinking was water. I gave up caffeine. I wasn't having my teas. I wasn't having coffee. I had no source of energy drinks. Nothing with no sugars, no sweeteners. It was a pretty like full circle turn type of nutrition, and so with that came a lot of different challenges. One, energy. I wasn't having any tea. You guys know I do Herbalife, and my morning tea was like part of my routine. I was not having that. My shakes, guys, I have my shakes. I did not have shakes. Why? Because in our containers it says that it has soy and dairy, and because I wasn't having dairy, I just wasn't risking it. I just was not. I just made the decision to not have it. Now I want to cover this, and I want to say this right now before I even start talking like specifically about my experience. The reason I fasted was because I wanted to grow my relationship with God. I became very close. Like, I started developing my relationship with God sometime after deployment. last year, which was, about a year ago, actually, to be exact, is when I began going to the Rock Church and really getting involved with the church, learning a little more about the church, doing my life classes, eventually serving, giving my time to serve in my ministry. And I just wanted more. I wanted to become a little more connected to God. So that was my main reason why I started my fast. I just wanted to dedicate that time. However, within the first 3 to 5 days, I was having a big, I was having a problem. So I was just struggling, figuring out how to connect, how to go about building that relationship. I was also going through a lot of, physical things. Like I was having no sugar, so I started having headaches. Within like the first 3 days, I had no energy, so I just wanted to come home and like sleep. I wanted to come home and I did it the first 2 nights where I just got home and I told Melina, I'm going to bed. I'm just gonna go lay down because I wasn't functioning. And it took me by surprise how heavy that was. Because I thought I was, I think I have a pretty healthy, active lifestyle. Nonetheless, when you're detoxing off of all those things, like sugars, the kind of stuff that releases chemicals like dopamine and like all that stuff, that like I wasn't having none of that. So I say it got a little bit easier after about like day 4 or 5, when I think I had already like cleansed out. Headaches were gone, energy was kind of back. Was kind of back to where it was normally, but I was a little more aware. And what I mean by aware is I was very conscious. I was very self-aware of what my emotions were. I was very self-aware about things that were happening around my life, and how to go about them. Like I was telling I told Melina and I told a couple of friends, I was so aware that it became a little scary. Why scary? Because I wasn't sure why it was so powerful. Why I was feeling like when I got upset, guys, I got very upset. When I was happy, I was very happy. When I was scared, I was legitimately shook. And it was when I was feeling like I didn't want to do something, I was very strong about that. I was like, I do not, like I'm not gonna do that. And I told Melina and a few friends, I was like, it's scary, because you're so aware that there's a sense of darkness to how I was viewing the world. Chucky, how much weight did I lose? To be honest with you, I didn't lose that much weight. And the reason why is because while I was fasting, I didn't stop going to the gym. I had another source of protein, which builds muscle mass. However, what I did decrease, and I didn't measure it, and I should have measured it, is I lost body fat percentage. I think I lost maybe 5 pounds, but my body fat percentage probably dropped somewhere between, I think, like 5 and 10% in 21 days. So I mean, it's a big difference. What up, Mike, bro? Thanks for logging in. But yeah, man. So it was like an intense. It was super quick, super. It was a big physical transformation when it came to that. But yeah, guys. Like I was saying. So that part, it was very dark for me until Melina pointed out to me. She's like maybe you don't need to look at it as darkness. You need to look at it as consciousness, as awareness, because some of us go about the world feeling a way that we don't really feel. We just go do our thing, we go about our lives, and we're like, yeah, we're happy, but we're really not. And when I was cleansed of like all those stimuli, like whatever, all those things that I had in my body, I can say that I was conscious. I was aware, and with that awareness came a lot of reality. It came a lot of just a lot of things that I just wasn't expecting. So it was very powerful. Now, I guess now that I finished my 21 days, guys, I'm gonna compare all 3 things: first and foremost, physically. Physically, I felt great. My body was like super functional. I did not, by the end of my fast, I had energy. Like I found energy. I've came to the realization that like the source of energy is God, and in days when I'm struggling, like I don't need caffeine. I can pray for energy. I can pray for power. I can pray for those things, and I know that I'll get it. It's just one of those things that I was like I don't need this. I do enjoy. I love my teas, and I love, every once in a while, I love drinking my cup of coffee. I'm Colombian, this is my culture, but when it came to looking for caffeine and like that source of energy, I didn't need it, guys. I didn't. I actually found myself wanting to do more things. I wanted to lift more. Like I was limiting myself at first when I first started, because I was like if I'm having no like nutrients, I'm gonna get skinny. Like I can't lift more than 15 pound dumbbells. I don't want to like drop myself crazy. And I got to a point where I was like I was doing 15, and I was like okay, let's do 20, and then 30, and then 40, and I was like I came to the point where I was like, I'm lifting what I'm lifting when I'm at full energy, when I'm like taking all my food and like doing all my things. Like I didn't need it, guys, physically. When it came to like body transformation, it was like this. I was not I posted a picture earlier, like way earlier in the like in my first week of like my fast, and I had taken a picture sometime in December, and like that was like a 3-week period, guys, and in that week alone, it was like an incredible result. I had no idea that was even possible, yet still feeling very energetic, very healthy. So that's for my physical side. When it came to like my mentality, guys, I gained a lot of trust in myself, in the kind of man that I am. I gained a lot of respect for the people around me, particularly Melina. I grew something, and I'll lead this more into like my spirituality, like my realization when I finally found out why I fasted, and it was given to me the second to last day. I found out why I fasted on day 20, guys. So for 20 days, I had no idea why I was fasting. I was just doing it. And then on the 20th day, God revealed to me why I fasted. But when it came to my mentality, I got a lot of respect, a lot of awareness, in the sense of like I now know why I feel a certain way about certain things, why I'm so, like for example, Herbalife. There was a time during like that first week and a half of like Herbalife, of like my fast, that I told Melina, I do not want to do Herbalife anymore. I don't want to do it. I felt it. I was like, I don't want to do it. I want like I got angry. I was upset, and all of a sudden I'm like, you know what? I'm done. And I went into the shower, took like an hour shower, came out, gave her a kiss, and I was like, good night. And I went to bed. Woke up the next morning with gratitude. I made sure that I woke up every morning and thank God for life. Thank God for another morning. Thank God for my family. Thank God for a job. Thank God for my community. Thank God for for Taz. I was incredibly grateful about everything that I had in life. But and then this is something that happened. Then when I woke up and I went about my day, I found out, like I was, through like, I guess just life and how things were working out for me. There was a time I told Melina, I don't want to do Herbalife anymore. Like I'm done. And then within those like 4 days of like being like I'm done, I had, I think, about 5 people ask me about Herbalife, and about why, to like talk to them about it. Mind you, in my mind I was like, I'm not really feeling it, but I also understood that it was a message that was being delivered to me, I love Herbalife, but you're not doing Herbalife for you anymore. You're doing Herbalife for others, and that's something that you're just gonna have to understand. And I understood it. I was like, okay, I'm do- I'm doing Herbalife, you know, and and little things like that were just like little signs here and there about why, like about my mentality and how I was feeling. Now, guys, this one right here is my spiritual reason why. And this one's gonna make me break down. Woo! Let's go. I realized that the reason I was fasting, it wasn't even for me. Crazy, yo. It was for me. Like it was something for me to learn. But it wasn't for me. So some of you guys may know, like Melina and I, like we've been trying to start a family for some time now. And just for reasons of life, you know, like we just haven't been able to do it. And for a very long time, and I finally told Melina this today, because she didn't even know why I fasted either. I realized that our inability to have kids was somewhat of a relief to me. Like I was okay with that, you know, because I was so terrified of like having kids, yo. I just was so scared that I wasn't like financially ready, or that I wasn't ready as a man, you know, that I couldn't provide. And with those like that instability, I was like what a relief, you know, like we can't, like we're not doing it right now, so that's a relief to me. Like dang man, that's selfish, but yeah, like that's how I felt. And like with that also came a lot of like Melina's incredible, yo. And I just like, I wasn't like, as a person, like I knew that, you know, but sometimes you get so caught up in life. You get caught up with your job, you get caught up with like doing the things that you do, like everyday things, that you just don't pay attention to the things that are important to you. The things that matter, like the things that have value, you know, you just take them for granted. And that was another one for me. Like it wasn't even like Melina was my biggest realization, but like my home, my bed, food in the fridge, like a powerful community that just loves me and is so positive towards me, like all the influence that I have around me. Like I was just so ungrateful every day to like be alive, guys. Like so like I could say I'm grateful and things like that, but like no, I had no sense of gratitude. I had nothing. I had everything and I had nothing. So with that realization, like it was like man, like what are you doing? Like what are you doing? Be grateful for food. Be grateful, like wake up in the morning, open the fridge and be like, I'm grateful that God gave me food. Like I wake up in the morning, I'm grateful that God gave me another day of life. I'm grateful that I got breath. I used to look at Melina in the morning, I'm like, gosh, I'm so grateful I have a wife, you know, that loves me and just cares for me. And like guys, like even this, like when I started doing my fast, like the first morning I woke up, I walked into the bathroom and Melina had written a note in the mirror with like markers. And I was like, oh, that's so nice. Took a picture of it and like deuced it, like went about my life, like you know what I'm saying? Got home from work, it was another note on the mirror. I went to bed, woke up the next morning, another note. Got home from work, another note. Eventually I just stopped writing notes in the mirror because it was like leaving prints on there. Like you shower and you see the like it will leave the prints. So she started doing it in little index cards. And I'm taking this stuff for granted, guys. Like I'm just like walking in there, I'm just like I'm collecting them like coins, like baseball cards. I'm over here putting them in my pocket, like, oh, another one. Like, bro, what are you doing? She's giving you everything. She's waking. She's going to sleep after you so that she can write a note so that when you wake up in the morning, you can read it. And I'm still not being grateful. I'm just doing, like, what am I doing? You know? So it's like, so that was like my biggest realization, guys. Just finally, my last day, just be like I went to church on Saturday, and God, and we did something that was like, who are you grateful for? And like, as soon as like it was like 6 steps, and like, who are you grateful for was like step 3 or 4. And like those first 3 steps, I was like I was just going with the flow. When I got to step 4 and I said I'm thankful for Melina, yo, I was like, I started bawling. I was crying like nonstop. People started bringing me tissues, like what's going on? And then the next one was like why are you grateful? Like, why are you grateful for you? And like after that, I was like, what am I doing? That's what I told God. I was like what's happening to me, yo? What's happening to me? Man. So I'll tell you straight up right now, guys. I'm so ready for kids. And I can't wait, man. Because it's going to be incredible. And I'm going to give it everything I got. And even if even if the plan for me is not to have kids, it's okay. Like, I have faith, you know, that everything's going to be all right. No matter what happens. If things happen for a reason. And I'm still going to be me 100%. And I'm still going to be faithful 100%. And I'm going to give Melina my all. Everything. Because she's deserving and God's deserving. And that's what I'm going for, guys. So it was an incredible 21 days with a lot of consciousness, a lot of little sad moments and depressions and like powerful messages and like the things that I went through. But now I'm clear. Now I'm clear on what I want. Now I'm appreciative of what I want. And I'm so grateful, guys. And I'll tell you what, and this is something I prayed about because I was scared about what I was going to say when I jumped on here. And I prayed about it, and I don't want you guys to think like my breakthrough was for me, you know? And it was only for me. You know, like I needed that. I needed that breakthrough. That breakthrough was just mine, you know, and there's nothing stopping anybody else from having that same breakthrough. Or not my breakthrough, but like your own breakthrough, you know, while really going through, really building this and experiencing another level of like the kind of person that you can be, you know, through Christ, through God. Like he gave me something so powerful in just 21 days. He gave me a power in my body. He gave me a power in my mind, and my spirituality is times 1,000, guys. And it's just something that I'm gonna take with me for the rest of 2017. And there's nothing that can stop that. My relationship with God is at 100, and that's where I'm going, guys. So I'm really grateful. I don't even know how long we've been. There's no like time tracker here. But I'm so grateful that you guys logged in. I'm so grateful that you guys checked me out and took the time to hear about my testimony. Because I think it's important that you all know that this is something that everybody can go through. Everybody can do this. Everybody can experience this. Everybody has the potential to do something like this. And it doesn't have to be a fast like what I did. You don't have to give up food. You can just do your own thing. And it doesn't have to be 21 days either. Day 5 was like something for me. You know, day 6, day 7, every day was something more powerful for me, you know? So I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one that's going to go through this. And I promise you guys, this is not going to be the first time or last time. This is not going to be the last time that I'll ever do this. I'm going to go strong. You know, I'm going to do this again. And I hope that the second time I do this testimony, I'll be able to share it with you guys. You know, the second time I do my fast, I'll be able to share it with you guys. But anyways, guys, taking some of your time. Thank you for logging in. Thank you for listening to me. And I hope you got something from me. Amberly, thank you for your words. Everybody, thank you for logging in. Chucky, I love you, brother. Thank you guys for logging in and for showing me some love and for taking time to listen to me. Abdul, I love you, man. Appreciate it. Reverend, thank you for logging in. I'm so grateful for you too. Love you guys. Have a powerful night. God bless you. And I hope to see you guys around. And if you guys ever want to reach out to me, talk to me, I'm more than willing to listen. I'm more than willing to be there for you guys. Eduardo, I love you, brother. Thank you. Have a good night, guys. I'll see you.